Alright everybody, welcome to DayZ. This is a modification of a game called Arma, or Arma 2, Arma Operation Arrowhead, Arma Combined Operations. If you want to play this mod, which is a modification, which mod stands for, of an actual video game called Arma 2, which was, I believe, made by Bohemia, somebody has gotten together, or some people have gotten together and created a mod for the video game that adds in zombies to the actual game. All this stuff that you see here is already in the game, but now there's zombies in the game and it's a whole different gameplay. The idea of this game is to survive as long as you can without getting eaten by zombies or shot by other players or AI, which was that helicopter you just saw a moment ago. I'm going to teach you the basics of how to survive in this game. Now, I've already got a base built up here. As you can see, we've got some stuff that we built. Like the barbed wire is just for looks. Nobody's really going to try to climb over our walls, but it makes the base look cool. And we have walls here, which you can build if you can find cinder blocks and a bucket of mortar. You can build yourself a concrete wall or a concrete block wall, as you can see. And these walls here are indestructible from most servers, or they're so strong that it's impossible really to drive a vehicle through. You'll just destroy your vehicle. But the walls you see above it, which is that wall, is already generated by the server, and you could drive a truck through it and get into the base if you wanted to. But the wall will be back. When the server restarts, the wall will be back again. But to keep that from happening, you put a half wall at least around your base there, so if they drive the truck through that wall, they'll hit this wall and hopefully blow up their truck and die, and they won't do that again. So that's one thing. Now, if you notice, I'm running here. Now, by default, when you load into DayZ, you might be able to change these options. I've never really gone in and do it because it's really easy to change it once you get in. But once you get in, you're running by default, which is good. But if you're standing on some steps and you log in, you hit the W key, which is how do you go forward in this game, you might run off a set of stairs or right off a building, depending on where you spawn in, and die. So it's not a good thing. So as soon as you log in or spawn in, what you want to do is double tap shift, and now you'll walk by default when you hit W. See how I'm running right here? Because I was already walking by default, so I'm going to show this again. Shift again, double tap, and now you're walking. Double tap shift again, hit forward, and now you run by default. Now, if you double tap shift and you're walking and you want to run, if you hold down shift, for instance with my pinky, which I do, you'll start running again. I like this better because I like to walk when I'm searching things. I can walk really slowly and look at stuff and not fall off stairs and buildings. Now, one other thing by default is you notice my gun is pulled up to my face like I'm getting ready to shoot. Now, if I right click on my mouse, it'll pull up my scope of my gun. If you have a scope, if you don't have a scope, you'll just see the rifle sights, and you'll be looking down the barrel of the sight, or the rifle sights on your gun. In my case, I have a scope, so this is what we get. Right click again, the scope goes down. Now, if you don't want to walk around with your weapon pulled up like this all the time, if you double tap control, the left control, which I use, you'll see notice he puts the gun down. Now, if you want to pull the gun up again, all you got to do is just left click, and it'll pull a gun, and then right click to get your scope. Right click again, and double tap control to drop your gun. There you go. Now those basics of how to handle your gun. You'll see I'm wearing like a military style camo outfit, and you'll notice the backpack on my outfit looks like the way it does. That backpack will always look like that depending on the outfit you're wearing. Some outfits will modify the backpack. No matter what backpack you're wearing, you'll still see this on the outfit. So just don't be surprised if you have a big backpack and you put on this outfit and it's showing you this backpack. It's not going to change the size of your backpack. It's just the appearance. But either way, now if you're looking around like this, you can notice that you can see everything you want, right? But if you want to move, look around like with just your head without moving your character, you hold down the Alt key, which is left of the space bar. And you'll notice that you can look around with your head, see? And your head turns and not your body. And then you can actually almost look behind yourself to a certain degree. Same thing other way. That way you can look around, see? Just like that. Let go of Alt, and now you're looking around, moving your whole body around. That's important when you're driving, and I'll show you that in another video. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go out and get in some trouble, and I'll show you how to handle that. Now, when you walk up to a fence like this, a lot of times you want to walk right up to the middle. You see there's a solid object there? Or you want to aim at the bottom. The reason for this is because these gates here, if you try to aim here, you notice you can get the bar but it disappears in between the bars. So if you're running from zombies and you really want to get through the gate soon, this is obviously, as you can see, not the best way to do it. So you aim down towards the bottom of the gate, and you can click your middle mouse button to open the gate, which I'll show you right now. Let's close this back up. You see, once it's open, you scroll all the way to the left side. When you get right almost to where the gate ends, and click it again, it'll close it. Another way to do this is to walk up to the gate, and you can use your middle mouse button to scroll, and you'll see open door. If that happens, you can just left click, or again click your middle mouse button. Left click, it'll open the door for you. The same thing will happen on that door if you want. As a matter of fact, we'll just go open that right now, just to show you. Go there, the middle mouse button. There you go. Now we have both doors open. We got here, you can see we have another door we're building. It's a little off the ground because some of the vehicles don't fit through very well, so we had to raise it. But same thing here, open door. And this one we don't expect back because it's going to just move you back anyway. Alright, now we're outside of our base. Here's where we go into the DayZ world. Alright. Now this is an AI server or a PvE server. You can shoot other players, but it's not recommended because we're supposed to be fighting enemies only. So I should be dealing with mostly just AI or zombies. Now there's one other person, two other people on the server with me right now. One is my friend and another person I just met. But as you come out here, you see we have a wide landscape. It's a huge map. This is a very small... Oh, there's a zombie behind me. Let me show you how to deal with that. Once you get a zombie close to you, you want to start running as soon as possible. And then you can run backwards too. What I do is I run backwards, I pull up my gun, and shoot from the hip if they're close. And this is a tough zombie. I'm not hitting the right spot. Okay, now we have a dead zombie. If they're a little further away, you pull up your scope. And hopefully, well, if you can get them in the scope in time. But I'm not going to have to. Oh, no, I got another zombie. Welcome to DayZ. This is what DayZ is. Keep yourself from getting eaten. Try not to run out of bullets. If you look at the top right hand of the screen, I have 2 rounds left because I was in a big battle yesterday and I don't have any ammo. And this is not looking good for me because I have 2 rounds and a whole bunch of zombies. So this is how you get away from zombies when they're chasing you. You see they're chasing me, they can see where I'm going. They'll follow me and follow me forever and ever and ever and ever. But if you're being chased by zombies and you want to get away from them, it's really hard if you run in a straight line. They'll never stop bothering you. So what you want to do is you want to try to run over the fences, hit V when you get up to it, and you'll notice he hops it. But you'll notice the zombies go right through that too, but it slows them down a little bit. They don't even have to hop the fence, they walk right through it. Good way to get away from it is to walk into buildings, because they, depending on the server, this particular server, they walk inside. So you wait till they follow you up to the door, they're all gathered at the door, they can see you in there, they don't know what to do yet. As you can see, he's a little confused still, but they'll eventually follow your path. As you can see, they're going to walk in here. Now, if that happens, you run out the other side of the building and take off. If they're still following you, you do the same thing. Good buildings for that are buildings like this right here coming up. Now, this is a schoolhouse. You can see here, it's got a door on the side there. See it? Right there. Door in the front. There's a door on the other side. And we have a lot of zombies chasing me. So, most of the time they walk inside. Good way to get away from zombies is to run inside a building like this. And then just walk for a while. Wait for them to figure out where you're gone. And you can even back up. You can shoot them if you want. And hopefully hit them in somewhere. Oh, I'm out of ammo now. See, that's bad. Right. Once they're in, though, you haul ass out of the other side of the building. And usually you'll lose most of your zombies. But you could pick up a couple other ones as you come out, so you gotta be careful. In this game, those are bad guys. Anyway, as you can see, we've lost those zombies. Anyway. Now I'm out here running around. I have an outfit on and a gun and all, but I don't have any ammo, so I'm going to show you how to try to find that stuff. If you're new to DayZ, this is how you do it. Find places like this, which is a gas station. It has a supermarket, which you've all seen. You go to a gas station, convenience store right there. Here's a gas station, and here's our convenience store. So, the key to surviving, first key to surviving is to find food. Now I have my gun, whoops, I have my gun up, so I'm going to double tap control so I don't have to look at it. Now, there's flashlights everywhere. I'm not going to pick it up because I have night vision gear. I don't need a flashlight, but if you are playing on a server where there's night, you can pick up that and use that to get around. which is not too good because a lot of times the flashlight will give you away and you'll get shot or eaten by zombies. So, but you go into places like this and you look around now. It's going to be random what is spawned, what you find, depending on where you go. There's a pair of binoculars. I already have those too. I'm trying to find some things I don't have. Or I might need. Okay, I'm looking for ammo. And look at this. Sometimes in spawns you'll find weapons. Like in this case, I found me a Uzi. Now, if I just click take Uzi by scrolling my mouse and click take Uzi, it's going to drop the gun I have. I don't want to do that because I really like this gun. So instead of doing that, you go to gear, and it'll bend you down, and you look like this. You have your backpack on you now. When you start with a really crappy backpack, this one's a little bit better. It's a little more room. Double click the backpack, or you go down here and click open and close bag. So you click the backpack, click open bag. It'll show you backpack. Now, there's an Uzi on the floor. It shows you that because there's one over here on the left side. It means that's getting ready to be picked up. If I want to put that in my backpack, I go, wow, I have a lot of ammo I didn't know I had. Look at that. Like that, and it'll pick up your Uzi for you. Now you have a Uzi, and you want to pick up the magazine as well. You can double click it, or go like this. Click the arrow. I'll double click this one. See, now that I have an Uzi magazine. Now you can close your bag. Click close. Now I have a weapon that I can use. So if I want to use that weapon, I hit G again. Could have done this already, but open up your backpack. Now, one thing I want to show you is this. I lose a lot of weapons by double clicking the weapon, and hopefully it goes in the backpack. Sometimes it doesn't go in the backpack for some reason, or sometimes your backpack might not be able to hold another weapon. If that's the case, your weapon will just vanish and you'll lose it forever. So don't do that. The way you want to do this is to take a weapon out of your backpack and put it in here by double clicking it or moving this over, and we'll automatically swap this gun with your new gun, as you can see. And if there's ammo in your backpack for the gun, it will automatically take the ammo out and put it there for you. So now I have an Uzi, a silenced Uzi, which is a good gun to have. Silence is important in this game because you don't want to aggro zombies. Now I have a good gun, and I can close this. And you'll see the top right hand corner I have 32 rounds, which means 32 round magazine. It says Uzi SD, semi 32, zeroing at 100. Now the zeroing thing, a lot of people don't understand what this means. It means how far your gun is going to be sighted in for. Alright? So in this case, it's only for 100 yards. It's about probably right here to that pole, maybe a little further. But if I had a zombie way out here I wanted to shoot, a little further away at 200 yards, the page up and page down keys on your keyboard will adjust that. Now watch the numbers where it says zeroing 100. Click page up, zeroing 200. Now it'll be sighted in for 200 yards instead of 100 yards. Hit it again, you don't get nothing. That's because this particular gun only goes for 200 yards, which makes sense because it's a small little Uzi. I'll keep it at 100 for close range combat, which makes sense. Alright? It's not a sniper rifle, it's an Uzi. So, we're going to run around a little bit more and pick up a couple other things. This is all about just picking up stuff and surviving this whole video. So I'm just going to show you how to pick things up and eat and whatnot. Perfect. Here's a can of soda. Alright? If you come across stuff like this, you'll notice a little rifle icon. That could change depending on the server you're on. But once you see that, you just scroll your mouse button. Just one scroll, either direction really. It'll tell you, take up can of Pepsi. Now in this case, I have room for the can of Pepsi in my inventory. Just show you right now. See, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 slots for Pepsi and food and stuff. Nothing will for food and stuff will be put down here. These are tool belt items. You'll clips for your pistol will go here, and your other tool belt items you can see I have a flashlight, a key maker's kit, so I can make copies of keys of my vehicles, a map, which is very important to have, and other tools that you can use throughout the game. But if you don't have room in these slots right here, when you go like this and you hover over something, it will say take soda can Pepsi and drop something else. In other words, something else, it's going to drop something else in your inventory to take the Pepsi. In this case, we can do that because there's nothing in my inventory that's going to be in the way. So we're going to click middle mouse button, take soda can, and now if you hit G, which I should have told you already, but that's how you get your inventory open, hit G, you'll see now I have a Pepsi can in there. I already had one in food, but I'm trying to show you how to play this. Once you have your Pepsi, if you're thirsty, which you can see down here by the yellow, it's not green, which should be. This is the kind of green you're looking for. It's yellow, means I'm getting thirsty. So I'm going to right click on my Pepsi and drink soda can. And you'll notice we get a little animation here. Alright, now we have drink. You have consumed a soda can Pepsi. Now if you look down here, it's nice and green. That means I'm not thirsty anymore. But above it, we have this another icon, which you'll see a little better when I turn it green, for food, telling you you're hungry. Now, I don't have anything here to pick up for food, So I have food in here already. I could pick up a can of food just like I did this Pepsi. That's how you eat your food. Okay. Right click on the can, eat food, and we'll get another animation here and the sound of him eating something. Which you can hear a little bit. Oh, hold on a second. He's a little slow, this zombie. He didn't see me. He's about to see me though. Watch it. This is what's nice about silenced weapons too. So you come over here, the silenced weapon, I'm crawling. This Susie sucks. As you can tell, not a very good weapon. But you can see I let him hit me. Make sure that, see I'm bleeding like this. Another very important thing is once you start bleeding, you want to have a bandage. If you right click in your inventory, you see I have none, which is not good. It means I'm going to bleed to death. I should have brought a bandage with me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back and get one. Oh, actually, let's see if there's one in here. See, it takes a little while to bleed out. If you notice I'm bleeding. But if you look all the way to the right, I'm opening my thing so you can see my mouse. Right here, that means you're bleeding. And this is your health. See how it's got this little bite taken out of it? It's usually a teardrop. So my health is getting poor. I'm bleeding a little bit. Not bleeding terribly. I could stop bleeding by myself, but you want to really bandage yourself so you don't bleed to death. And I will try to find a bandage to do that with. There's a watch. I don't need a watch. I know what time it is. There's another can of soda. We'll grab that. Orange sherbet. We'll put that in our inventory. You go in the back room here, we might find a bandage. We might not. I'm not worried about it too much because I'm close to base and I know I have some at base, and we're going to go back and get one. And you can't get through there, so you got to walk around. But we'll walk around here. And what we're going to do is, no, I already have a map. If I hit the M button on my keyboard, you can see I have a map, and here's where I am, over by Gord Key or whatever you want to say that. This is where I am. My base is over here somewhere. Hit M again, the map will go away. This is one of the most important items you can have, because when you die, when you spawn, you need to know where you're at. So, if you notice, stand up by hitting the C cut key, by the way. C stands you up, X will put you down like that, and Z will make you prone. You want to get back up, just hit the other keys again, X, C. But you notice here we have something up on top of the shelf. If you go near it, you get the little gun, as you can see by my head. Scroll down, and I already have a map, so it's not telling me to pick up the map, because I already have one. It's not saying I need one. So if I want to keep the map though, because sometimes when you respawn, if they don't give you a map, in case this server doesn't give you a map, you want to have some extras kicking around. Oops, I just shot. Scroll down to gear, click gear, and see I already have a map in my tool belt. That's why it's not telling me to pick it up. If I didn't have this map, it would say pick up map, like it did with the soda can. In this case, I already have a map right there. Alright, but there's one here too. See it? I have one in my tool belt and one on the floor. You see there's nothing else but the map. So I want to keep that. I'll open up my thing, my backpack, by double clicking it, and just double click the map. Make sure you have room, or it'll just drop something else on the floor, whatever is in the order. So I would have dropped a magazine if these are already full of magazines. Alright? But I'm bleeding to death, so let's run out here, open these doors, and get back to base, get myself a bandage. I'll show you how to do that. And we'll probably end this video because it's the basics. I'm going to run my life off. And you see right here about all the zombies. Also, when you're running, you notice that you're just running regular. If you double tap W while you're running, or even before you start running, you'll sprint. You don't want to do this too long because it makes you tired. And if you do it too long, then you have to suddenly stop and shoot. You'll be all over the place with your scope. Will be moving constantly. You won't be steady. But I need to get back and get some before I die. As you can see, my health is getting low. So I'm going to try to run back to base and show you how to heal yourself. If I get there in time. I think I will. Now, when you're far away from base, you want to bring some bandages with you. I should have brought bandages with me, but I just started this video and I didn't think about that, and that was my own fault. But I have some in my medical tent back here, so we're going to run back to my base. Open my door by using your mouse, the middle mouse button. See, it opens up. Leave that open because I don't have time to close it. No reason to close it anyway because there's nobody else on but me at the moment. Run upstairs. I have my stuff on the 3rd floor here. Let me see. Alright, Now we have a medical tent here somewhere. I think it might be this one. If you get close to it, you scroll, you'll get the menu, click gear, and show you what's in the tent. And this is an ammo tent. This is not the one I'm looking for. Actually, there's stuff in here too, but... Getting a little unorganized with our things, apparently. I'm dying. You see how the screen's turning gray and I can barely see any color? That means you're almost dead. You start seeing that stuff. And hopefully I can get a bandage here. One of these tents. I think this might be it. Gear. Oh, here we go. There's a bandage. Now, I'm going to grab a couple of these because I'm going to go back out. But once you have your bandages in your inventory, you can right click just like the food and click bandage yourself. And you'll see a little animation, just like everything else. And he's going to be bandaging himself up so he won't bleed no more. Okay, now that I'm bandaged up, you notice that my health icon to the right is no longer blinking. Let me open this back up so I can show you. Get my mouse. Right here, see a little sliver of life I have left? I'm almost dead. But there's no little or X in there anymore blinking. It means I'm not bleeding anymore. But now I want to heal myself so I'm not going to die. And look at my inventory. I probably don't have a blood bag either. Yes, I do. See, there's a blood bag right there. Right here. I don't know how I did overlook that. Some servers you can right click just like the food and click blood bag yourself. Some servers won't let you blood bag yourself. You have to have somebody do it for you. This particular server you can, but the only way you can do it in their server is to close this. Make sure you have one in your inventory. It can't be in your backpack or they won't see it. You have to have one in your inventory. And click action menu. There'll be something similar to this in each server. You'll have to learn these things as you go along, but it's pretty easy. Click action menu. And then I click action menu again. And self blood bag. If you click self blood bag, it'll take the blood bag in your inventory and you will give yourself a blood transfusion and heal yourself up. If you watch very closely the icons on the right, when he's done, that'll fill up and my color will come back in my game. There's the color. Now if you look, I'll open this up just so I can get my mouse to be used, okay? Now look over here. Now you can see the teardrop is fully green and I'm fully healthy and ready to go and take on the zombie world. I have some bandages. And I'm going to want to get one more blood bag to take with me in case I get really messed up. There we go. Just double click the blood bags. We only have 3 left and we'll take one. And you'll also notice there's a thing called morphine auto injector. Very, very important. I'm going to take one of those too. When you break your legs, the only way to get up and start walking again is to have morphine. So you don't feel the pain. Apparently that's what the whole premise is. But without morphine, you're going to be crawling on your belly and you can't get away from zombies. You're most likely going to die. So make sure you have one of these. You find morphine auto injectors, save them, put them in a tent like I have so you always have them. Painkillers is another thing. When you get really injured, sometimes, not all the time, but you'll be in pain. You'll hear yourself, complaining all the time. And when you're in pain like that, it's very difficult for you to keep the reticle on your gun aimed at your target. It'll be moving all over the place, just like if you ran a lot. So you want to take some painkillers with you too. I don't use them that much, but it's always good to have one just in case you get in that situation. If you take painkillers, it will stop the pain and your gun will stop moving around on you like this, back and forth all the time trying to shoot. EpiPens, you find them. If you're playing by yourself, not very useful because it's made for reviving people that are passed out. Now, if you're passed out, you can't apply one to yourself. You have to wait till you're not passed out anymore. But if you're with your buddy, you can give them an EpiPen, and they'll will not be passed out anymore, and you guys can exit stage left and try not to get eaten by zombies or whatever it is that got you injured in the first place. So hold on to that. Alright, that's the basics. How to play DayZ. Very simple. You right-click on anything pretty much in your inventory to use it, like the food. If you want to eat the food, drink the soda, right-click. You want to get the gun away from your face like this, double-tap control so he drops it. If you want to stand, you hit the C button. If you want to crouch, hit X. If you want to go into prone, sniper mode, go like this, hit Z. You'll notice when I did that, I'm going to show you this again before I close this video. It's getting kind of long. When you hit Z, you'll notice that the character steps forward a couple steps and then lays down. Watch. Oh, it didn't do it that time. It made me look like a jerk. Okay, didn't do it that time. Sometimes, if you notice in the first time I did this, sometimes they'll take a couple steps first. So if you're on the edge of a building, like say I'm on the rooftop and there's no wall here, if I was to hit Z right now, and he was to take a couple steps like he did the first time, I'd walk right off the wall. So be very careful to do that really close to walls, just so you know. Anyway, I'm going to get back up to standing position, lower my gun, and we're going to go outside. Run down the stairs. You can see running downstairs can be dangerous, you can break your legs, so if you're running, just be very careful. And we have an AI helicopter that I'll probably shoot down later because he keeps going over me. But either way, those are the basics of DayZ. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first in our video series. We're going to start making some really good videos on how to do everything you can in most of the popular video games. So enjoy and subscribe to the channel and look what we got coming up next. Thanks, bye.